Well, it's time now for a look at today's international newspapers with our press reviewer, Nicholas Rushworth. And Nicholas, thank you for joining us. The US White House race, of course, is dominating the international papers today.
Well, normally I start the press review with a newspaper that is a daily, but this time it's a weekly that I need to show you. And there you can see The Economist, the London-based paper, and it's asking which one, showing the picture of Obama and Romney, and which one indeed it has come out and said Obama is the choice for them. Now, that is a very reluctant choice. The quote in The Economist today is, "America could do better than Barack Obama. Sadly, Romney does not fit the bill." Now, their editorial is saying this is a question of better the devil you know. Obama, the paper says, has helped avert a depression in the United States. He made a go of foreign policy. Romney, however, is criticised as ever-changing.
Now, that's in London, but meanwhile, in the US, there's also been a boost, another endorsement for Mr. Obama.
Well, The Economist is one thing and one London paper in Europe, but Michael Bloomberg, no less, the mayor of New York, has come out to endorse Obama, and that's in the New York Daily News and elsewhere. Now, Bloomberg was once a Democrat, then a Republican. He's now an independent. Now, he says that Obama, in this last 4 years, has been a divisive populist, but is the best candidate to tackle climate change. He is citing Romney's failure to back climate change measures. And there we can see that report in the New York Daily News with Bloomberg there in the background.
Now, interesting there that he's focusing on climate change, because that hasn't really been a big issue in this election campaign at all, until, of course, Superstorm Sandy. And you've seen a cartoon that's sort of expressed that a bit.
Well, a cartoon about the campaign and the lack of any mention of climate change. And there we can see it in the International Herald Tribune. And, of course, it's being argued that Superstorm Sandy has given the incumbent a boost. And there we can see the two candidates floating on a raft amid half-submerged family homes. And there's a sign, the presidential debate sinking into the water. The moderator chimes in saying, "Oh, and the one thing we forgot to mention, climate change." And the irony there is that Superstorm Sandy could be an advantage for the incumbent, Obama.
OK, well, not everything, though, despite that good news, is going President Obama's way. The Wall Street Journal has something of an exclusive this morning. They've got an article pointing to confusion over security arrangements in Benghazi in Libya, in the US consulate there, at the time of the attack on the 11th of September this year.
Now, this is a very, very long article in the Wall Street Journal, and it's good to read it. And now it's stating that congressional investigators at this point are saying that there was inadequate security. That we know, but it's pointing to the fact that the CIA had a covert role in Benghazi on the 11th of September, and this explains just why security was so inadequate. There you can see the CIA taking the heat for the security problem. Now, that paper is pointing out that nearly 8 weeks after those attacks, a complete account of actually what happened has not emerged. Now, it's worth reading that article because there's lots of detail in there concerning that attack.
OK, well, moving away from the US now to here in France, the French president is getting some rather bad coverage abroad.
Well, he gets bad coverage from day to day here in France, as we've been seeing a lot in the French press review. Now, there are articles in the foreign press. There you can see The Guardian with the headline, "France falls out of love with Mr. Normal." Now, it's saying that Sarkozy fell from grace because of his personality. Now, François Hollande is falling from grace because of his politics and his lack of leadership. They say that he is confused and amateur in The Guardian. The quote from Hollande in reply is that, well, it's kind of very forlorn, really. Exercising power is very hard. There's no leniency anymore, and there's no respect. But I knew that.
Certainly no respect from several of the French papers today. Those headlines do seem to be getting worse and worse for François Hollande. Thank you very much indeed, Nicholas, for that look at today's international newspapers.